Toyota's full-size truck is getting an update, and it's raising eyebrows across the truck world. Some of the changes are generating real debate among truck buyers, and if you're considering this truck, you need the full picture. Here are all 5 controversial changes in the 2027 Toyota Tundra explained in detail. Number 5. Styling updates. There's no question the 2027 Tundra is going to look sharper than the truck it's replacing. Toyota's design team, working out of Calty Design Research in Michigan, is delivering a more squared-off, purpose-driven front end. Tighter geometry, a rugged hexagonal grille theme, and rectangular fog lights built cleanly into the bumper. LED light bars are getting a brighter output, and the whole front section is pushing towards something that reads more purposeful and less cluttered. On paper, that all sounds like progress. The current generation has been around since 2022, and a fresh face is well overdue. But here's where it gets complicated. This isn't a full redesign. It's a front fascia update, and in today's truck market, that's becoming a harder sell. Think about what's happening around this truck right now. When a buyer walks into a dealership and parks the Tundra next to a completely redesigned Silverado, first impressions carry real weight. The new Chevy Silverado arrived with a genuinely bold new look that turned heads almost immediately. And the next F-150, that redesign is expected to land in roughly a year, and the early expectations are high. Against those two, the 2027 Tundra's styling refresh is going to face serious scrutiny. Buyers who are hoping for a more dramatic visual leap are likely going to be left wanting. It's a cleaner, bolder truck, but cleaner and bolder may not be enough when the competition is rewriting the rulebook, and that tension is already fueling debate in the full-size segment. Number 4. Trail Hunter. One of the most talked about additions to the 2027 Tundra lineup is the Trail Hunter package, and for good reason. The Tacoma has had a Trail Hunter variant for a while now, and Tundra owners have been watching that lineup grow with a mix of admiration and impatience. The wait is finally over. The Trail Hunter package is arriving as a factory-ready overlanding setup, and it's loaded with the kind of hardware that used to require an aftermarket budget and a free weekend. Michelin LTX trail tires, an Old Man Emu upgraded suspension from ARB, front recovery hooks, additional underbody protection, multi-terrain select, crawl control, and a locking rear differential are all part of the package. Bronze-colored wheels and exclusive Trail Hunter badging give it a distinct identity on the road and on the trail. Anyone who has spent time pricing out a serious overlanding build knows exactly how fast those costs add up. Suspension alone from a reputable brand like Old Man Emu can run well over $1,000 before labor's factored in, and that's before tires, skid plates, or recovery gear. Getting all of that spec'd from the factory at a price point positioned below the TRD Pro is genuinely compelling for buyers who want trail-ready capability without the assembly process. That said, and this is where the controversy lives, a lot of enthusiasts were expecting something more under the hood. The Trail Hunter is arriving with the same powertrain options as the rest of the lineup. No dedicated power boost, no exclusive tune. The hardware upgrades are genuinely impressive, but for a truck being positioned as an adventure-ready flagship, many fans feel that extra torque or a dedicated performance calibration would have completed the picture. The Trail Hunter is an excellent overlander. Whether it's an exciting one will depend on what you were hoping for. Number 3. Infotainment screen. The 2027 Tundra is receiving an updated infotainment system, and the headlining change is a standard 14-inch touchscreen across the lineup. That's a significant upgrade from the previous setup, and it's coming with the latest version of Toyota's audio multimedia system, developed in partnership with Toyota Connected North America, running on AT&T 5G connectivity, and featuring a redesigned home screen with customizable widgets. There's more packed in here than just a bigger display. The updated Hey Toyota voice assistant is going to respond faster, a built-in drive recorder dash cam is now standard on models equipped with 360-degree cameras, and digital key functionality is expanding to allow sharing through Apple, Google, and Samsung digital wallets. Upper trims are continuing with a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster and an available 10-inch head-up display. So what's the debate? It comes down to the 14-inch screen being standard on every single trim level, including the base SR. Plenty of buyers and analysts are questioning whether a 14-inch display belongs in entry-level spec. Base truck buyers are often prioritizing work capability and value, not large-format touchscreens. A smaller unit in base trims with the 14-inch reserved for mid and upper grades would have allowed Toyota to offer a more compelling value proposition at the bottom of the range. As it stands, that screen size is going to be factored into the base price whether the buyer wants it or not. And in a segment where value per dollar is under constant scrutiny, that's a trade-off worth understanding before you sign anything. Number 2. Powertrain options. The 2027 Tundra is carrying forward its twin-turbo V6 and I-Force Max hybrid lineup, and Toyota is framing the update around improved reliability for the new model year. The 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6 is going to continue in two output levels, 348 horsepower and 405 pound-feet in lower trims, stepping up to 389 horsepower and 479 pound-feet further up the range. The I-Force Max hybrid setup adds an electric motor to that V6 for a combined 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque, which remains one of the stronger torque figures in the full-size segment. Here's the friction point: none of those output figures are changing for 2027. The F-150's Power Boost hybrid is putting out 430 horsepower and 570 pound-feet of torque, numbers that sit remarkably close to the Tundra hybrid's ceiling. The gap that once gave the Tundra a clear performance advantage is narrowing fast, and Toyota's response has been to focus on reliability refinements rather than a performance push. For buyers who've had concerns about the twin-turbo V6's durability, and those concerns have been well documented in owner communities, there's a real-world cost attached to that hesitation. An unexpected engine repair on a truck that's still under 5 years old and outside of its powertrain warranty window can run well into the thousands of dollars. If Toyota's reliability improvements for 2027 are genuine, that matters far more to the average owner than an extra 10 horsepower. But for buyers who are expecting a power increase in this update, the 2027 lineup is going to read as a missed opportunity. And in a segment where rivals are pushing harder every cycle, that decision is generating real conversation. Number 1. Warranty still limited. This one isn't technically a change, which is precisely why it's on this list. Toyota's warranty structure on the 2027 Tundra remains exactly where it has been: a 36-month, 36,000-mile basic warranty, a 60-month, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty, and 8 years or 100,000 miles on hybrid-related components, with a hybrid battery covered for 10 years or 150,000 miles. Those hybrid and battery figures are genuinely strong. Toyota deserves credit for standing behind those components at that level, but the base powertrain warranty, 5 years and 60,000 miles, is where the debate is centered. Rivals have been expanding their coverage, and that's becoming a meaningful talking point for buyers cross-shopping the segment. Most truck owners aren't thinking about warranty terms when they're admiring a new truck on the lot. They start thinking about them the moment something goes wrong. And at that point, the difference between 60,000 miles of coverage and 100,000 miles of coverage can mean the difference between a manageable situation and a repair bill that reframes the entire ownership experience. Consider that the twin-turbo V6 has attracted documented reliability concerns over its production run, concerns serious enough that Toyota has made reliability improvements the stated focus of this update. In that context, the decision to leave the warranty unchanged is going to be a harder sell than it might have been a few years ago. A more generous powertrain warranty would have directly addressed buyer hesitation and signaled real confidence in the refined engine. Instead, the 2027 Tundra is arriving with the same coverage it has always had, in a market where warranty terms are increasingly part of the purchase decision. For buyers on the fence about long-term ownership costs, that unchanged fine print at the bottom of the spec sheet is going to matter, and Toyota's silence on expanding it speaks louder than anything in the press release. The 2027 Toyota Tundra is arriving with genuine improvements, with a sharper front end, a capable new Trailhunter package, and a meaningfully updated infotainment system. But the conversations surrounding this truck aren't going to center on what Toyota added. They're going to center on what didn't change: output figures that are holding steady while rivals close the gap, and a powertrain warranty that remains unchanged despite ongoing questions about long-term durability. For buyers who prioritize technology and off-road capability, the 2027 Tundra is going to make a strong case. For those who are watching the warranty fine print and the horsepower comparisons, the decision is going to take a little longer, and that hesitation is entirely understandable. But the Tundra is far from being the only full-size truck that brings controversial updates. The Silverado, which is getting a full redesign, isn't much different. It's dividing the crowd for many reasons, including a couple of powertrain decisions, starting with a massive investment in the next-generation V8.